if you're watching this and you feel uncertain, unclear, and overthink about fucking everything, I'm gonna help you stop doing that. And so I'm someone that also does that, and I know what the problem is. Essentially, it's information overload and the inability to finish your thoughts. And so sorry, it's really windy. Hope you can hear me. Say you're watching a podcast or you're watching this YouTube video. Every sentence I'm saying, your brain is trying to understand, trying to think of examples of, just on autopilot. You don't have to manually think. You're just thinking. And now you're thinking about thinking, and now you're aware of your own thoughts, and now you're aware of your breathing. Sorry. And you're blinking. You have to blink manually now. So essentially, but then I keep talking, and so your thoughts get interrupted, and so you can't complete your thoughts. But here's the thing, thoughts want to complete themselves. And so if you're consuming shit on social media that pisses you off, political stuff, war stuff, whatever, it pisses you off, and you go from watching war footage to Elon Musk, whatever, to then you go to work, then you watch Netflix, then you go do more things that stimulate your brain, and you never have time to process how that one thing triggered you, or how something made you sad, or something made you happy, or whatever. So these emotions seep out into your life in situations where they shouldn't be. You ever drop a glass, break it, and just not give a fuck? I don't know if that happens to any of you guys, but that happens to me all the time. I just don't give a shit when I break something. And I try, when it doesn't help to be mad, I try never being mad. But sometimes I feel a certain way, and I fucking bump something, and I have a heart attack, and I get pissed off at it, and I start punching the wall or something or I punch the ground as if it's the fucking ground's fault that it broke the glass. And then I'm like punching the ground. I'm like, what the fuck is this from? It's because I didn't process angry thoughts. And so you're consuming too much information that triggers you, emotionally triggers you, and you do not have enough time to process those emotions. I'm not saying you have to go to therapy. I'm just saying you have to dedicate some time to doing nothing but thinking in your own mind. People 100 years ago had so much fucking time to do that. But now, every little break we get, we're, watching fucking TikTok on the toilet, watching TikTok, listening to music in the shower, listening to a podcast while we drive somewhere, talking about the internet with other people. It's absurd the amount of information in our brains compared to people 100 years ago who actually had time to process their fucking thoughts. And so if you feel uncertain, maybe it's because life isn't certain. You haven't fucking realized that. But it's also probably because you have too much shit going on in your head thinking about what's going on in fucking the other side of the world instead of trying to figure out your own life. You feel uncertain because you've spent no time trying to figure out what you're doing today, what you're doing tomorrow, where you want to be a year from now, and what you have to do today to get there. So let your brain fucking breathe. You're supposed to be bored sometimes. You're not supposed to be constantly stimulated. I was watching a video yesterday. That's actually kind of funny that I say that. I watch videos all the time. But I gave myself some time to think yesterday. Don't worry about it. And this is my walk when I'm processing thoughts live. Multitasking. I'm still working, technically. But I can just think about what I think about. And that's cool. But I was watching this video that says, "Stop trying to be happy." It's by Alex Becker. And essentially, it's not that happiness is bad, but that most people think happiness is really euphoria. And so the moment when you just feel blissful, when you're so stimulated in your head, the moment you're watching, I don't know, you're fucking laughing your ass off, or you take a bite into some chocolate and you're just like, oh, And we constantly seek more stimulation like that because we think happiness is the pinnacle of life. Whereas really, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of different motivators for people. Some people are motivated by trying to attract different partners, status. Some people are motivated. I'm motivated by mastery, freedom. So I like getting good at things. And bliss and euphoria is great, but to expect that to be life all the time and try to strive towards that is retarded. So you'll actually get more of that if you just try to move forward, improve your day-to-day life, instead of, gorging down on these instant gratification things of today's world, which a lot of it is just consuming information. It's kind of funny. You can consume chocolate, whatever, but you're really consuming information all the fucking time. TikTok, corn, whatever the fuck. Even like podcasts, even books. Some people read books just for the fuck of it and never take action. That's mental masturbation. You're not doing shit. You're not processing. You're not taking action on the fucking lessons you learn. And because of that, these thoughts, these emotionally charged thoughts, get stuck in your brain and you're never able to process them, but the thoughts want to be finished. And so you can either let them finish themselves through bursts of emotion and circumstances in your life that you did not plan for, or you can finish them by taking an hour a day to do nothing, or talk, or journal, or whatever. But spend some time to yourself to freaking just sometimes you just gotta take a shit and just do nothing else. No, you can read a book or something, I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta take a shower. Showering used to be this blissful experience that only people who had enough water could do. And you go bathe in the river sometimes or whatever. But now we just constantly have the perfect temperature water, and we're like, fuck, I gotta shower, god damn it. All right, I'll put on some music so it's not as boring. That's why you're uncertain and overwhelmed and you think way too much. That's why. Stop it. Get some help.